Next question: why jealous DJs always fight or get booked last? That's a statement? Do you think that's a case nowadays? All the jealous DJs usually get skipped over. You think people can see through that and kind of see that they're a little selfish, a little?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, character always wins.
I agree. What do you think, Carlos?
Well, to expand a little further on that, I think we all are professionals and we all know our craft, and I don't think like room for jealousy or I honestly I just can't wrap my head around that because I don't know why there's so much in this city, just alone in Houston. Think about how many parties that they need DJs for. So there's plenty around to go for everybody. So whether your expertise is on a quinceañera or a wedding, for example, I'm not gonna go for the quinceañera. So you could have all the quinces that y'all want, Franklin, and I'll stick to my white weddings. But no, but everybody, seriously, everybody has their own thing, and the city is what well, Texas alone is the second biggest state in the United States. So there's plenty of events to go around for everyone. So there's no reason why there should be jealousy or trying to underbid someone else, But I mean, I get it. I know that it happens, but I just don't see why. If you know that you're good at what you do, you shouldn't have to go and backstab somebody else to get it.
Well, I think part of the biggest problem with the DJ industry is training. There is pretty much zero if you don't go to the conventions. It's who you hang around with. That's where you learn your professionalism, pretty much.
Learn as you go.
Yeah, you learn as you go, but who you hang around with is who you're going to learn from.
That's true.
There's no classes. I mean, you can look it up on Google, but you're going to get
fake academies out there apparently, but
you got to pay for them, and a lot of the DJs don't want to pay for crap.
yeah.
They don't want to pay for their education. They want the free stuff.
Yep.
And you get all that free stuff from Google. You might learn a little bit about mixing songs, but you won't learn about professionalism, and you don't learn about
the business side.
You don't learn about getting jealous because somebody won the gig or won the party over you.
Yeah.
The professionalism, I believe that's self-taught. I don't think that you could go to school to be a professional. You're either a professional or you're not. And I say that because that just has to be I believe an instinct in you. Somebody that's something that's an initiative that you want to. If you want to be a professional or not, or just be a complete,
So just a hobby, yeah.
But,
well, the thing I always link it back to, if you want to sell a house, there's a class where you can't sell a house if you don't have a real estate license.
True.
And there's a set. You have to go to school. You have to learn about the ground. You have to learn about the laws. You have to learn about this. You can't tell a person that's going to buy a house that this is going to be a good house because now you're legally liable for that. So there's classes for real estate. So if you want to be a professional real estate sales agent, you have to take those classes. And there's nothing like that, not even remotely close to something like that for DJs or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I think it should be common sense. A lot of this stuff,
Yeah.
Well,
So I mean, you
But,
have guys like Franklin, right? I mean, this kid has tried every avenue and he has not been successful. I mean, he was ripped off. I'm joking for Franklin, but
Are you though?
he started with the academy that he got that degree and he got ripped off there.
he got ripped off at the first academy that he went to.
And Mike nods his head because he's like, no, I'm kidding, Mike. but now he's
We're comedians, remember,
out there. So now you could do the disclaimer.
We're comedians, and this is entertainment purposes only.
Thank you, Chucky.
Español.
Si es algo ¿cómo era? Somos
It's a-
payasos.
it's
Algo
only
parecido con la
crime.
realidad es pura coincidencia.
Sorry, Franklin.
Ay, Dios mío.
Ay,
Oh my God.
No, but it's funny to go back to either you're professional or you're not. It's sometimes is hard to teach people how to be professional. A long time ago, and I mean a long time ago, I had a couple of DJs that had seen me DJing somewhere, and they were like, "Hey, we're a couple of DJs also," and you know, if you ever have any extra gigs, you mind if we come work for you and this and that? And I'm like, well, honestly, I've never heard of you guys before. I don't know how you guys DJ. I don't know what equipment you have. I don't know anything about you guys, so I'd have to come and see you guys first. You know, let me know when you guys are, you know, have an event. I'll come and check it out, see what you guys do, this and that. And they're like, oh, yeah, you know, we have an event that's coming up Friday. And I'm like, okay, you know, let me know where it's at, and I'll show up, you know, after my gig. I show up. They're wearing blue jeans and T-shirts at a wedding. And I'm not talking about like a nice T-shirt that's, you know, no, I'm talking about like stuff you might wear if you are loading in or out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not just that, they had these speakers stacked up on top of each other, and they didn't even have speaker cables. They had, they were using
a power cable.
No, they thought they were cool because they were using Cat 5 cables. So the cables were all just, they didn't even lay down. You know what I mean? You know how Cat 5 cable can get?
Yes.
And it's all just jacked up, just a big
way.
mess. With a table with no skirting, no nothing, all the
my
wires just hanging there, extension cords everywhere. And I walked up and I was like, dude, this looks like a mess. And they're like, well, what are you talking about?
What do you mean?
Yeah, what are you talking about? I'm like, your wires, I mean, look at them. Jesus Christ, you could have at least put a cover over the table to cover all that.
I know, good, come back to that.
Oh, no.
Well, nobody's ever said anything to me about that.
Well, they said something similar to that, but I said, hey, man, this is a wedding. Everybody in here is wearing a nice dress, and they're wearing suits. Why aren't you at least wearing a tie? And they go, I'm not going to wear a tie for nobody. I'm the DJ.
Oh.
I swear to God. I
Shots
say,
fired.
well.
Okay, now we do need the screamer.
No, I literally had to tell them, I said, well, you know what, guys? If that's your mentality,
Yeah.
there's no way you can come work
You
for me.
can't teach professionalism.
No way.
They're too far
can't.
off.
There's-
Yeah.
They're like 10 steps down the ladder.
Yeah, but that's the kind of
Yeah.
mentality that some DJs have out there, that they're just not going to get dressed up because nobody's going to tell them what to do.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I think so. A lot of DJs, their career path is this: they like music, they get a mixer, they watch videos of DJ Tiesto and DJ, and then okay, now we got to make some money, so let's go ahead and do some parties. But I play the music that I want because I'm the DJ.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the funny thing is that I still know these DJs, those two DJs. They split ways because they had a falling out in between each other. You imagine that, right?
Oh, no.
They had a falling out. One did finally listen and started wearing at least a button-up shirt. Every once in a while, he'll wear a tie, but he's still not very professional. And we're gonna have a guest speaker in here who knows this DJ also.
I think I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah, and we'll expand on that whenever he gets here.
Okay.
Interesting enough.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so if you like that clip, we have another one for you over here. If you want to watch the entire episode, click over here.
Hoy sigue así.